Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Now. I was just reading about how AI is being used to predict wildfires in California, like days before they even happen.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right? It really seems like AI is popping up everywhere these days.
It really does, from speeding up drug discovery to personalizing our music playlists.
For sure.
So it got me thinking, what does it actually take to, get a job in AI? What kind of skills do you even need? And where do you even begin?
Right.
Well, luckily for us, we have got a whole stack of articles and reports and even some personal anecdotes from people in the field all about launching a career in AI.
Sounds great.
And to help me break it all down, I've got expert speaker here.
Happy to be here.
So first things first, why AI? Why should someone listening right now think about, a career in this field?
Well, the World Economic Forum predicts that by 2025, AI will create 97 million new jobs.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, companies of all shapes and sizes, from tech giants like Google to pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer, they're all scrambling to find AI talent.
So it's not just a Silicon Valley thing anymore.
No, definitely not. AI is no longer confined to the tech world. It's permeating every industry imaginable. I mean, just think about it. We have AI predicting natural disasters, helping doctors diagnose diseases earlier, even composing music.
And don't forget self-driving cars.
Exactly. Tesla's autopilot team is a prime example. They went from a team of 50 engineers to over 500 in just 3 years.
That is huge growth. No wonder people are flocking to this field.
Yeah.
And I imagine the salaries are pretty good too.
They certainly are.
Yeah.
Even entry-level AI engineers can expect to earn around $100,000 per year.
Not bad.
As you climb the ladder, AI researchers at leading companies can earn well over $300,000.
Wow.
And it's not just the tech roles.
Right.
Even non-technical roles like AI ethicists who help ensure that AI is used responsibly, they're commanding salaries over $120,000.
So it seems like AI is a pretty good bet career-wise, but let's break it down a bit. What are some of the key disciplines within AI that someone could specialize in?
Absolutely. One of the fundamental areas is machine learning.
Okay.
Think of it as teaching machines to learn from data and make predictions.
Got it.
You know how Spotify seems to always recommend music that you enjoy?
Yeah, I love that feature.
That's machine learning in action.
Oh, so that's how they do it. I always wondered.
Then there's natural language processing, or NLP for short. This field focuses on enabling computers to understand and process human language, both written and spoken.
Okay.
Grammarly, the writing assistant that helps you catch those pesky grammar errors, that's a great example of NLP in action.
That makes sense. Grammarly has saved me from some embarrassing emails for sure.
Sure has.
What about AI that can actually see? I remember reading about those robot dogs that can navigate all sorts of terrain.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
You're talking about computer vision, which enables machines to see and interpret images just like we do. Computer vision is being used in everything from those Instagram filters that make you look flawless to medical imaging tools that help surgeons analyze MRI scans with incredible accuracy.
Wow. So those robot dogs are using computer vision to figure out where they're going.
Exactly. They use cameras and algorithms to perceive their surroundings and navigate complex environments.
That's so cool.
Speaking of complex environments, let's talk about robotics.
Okay.
This field focuses on the design, construction, operation, and application of robots. It often incorporates AI to enable robots to perform tasks autonomously.
So it's not just about building, cool-looking robots. It's about making them smart and functional.
Precisely. Think about those warehouse robots that can move goods around more efficiently than humans, or even surgical robots that assist surgeons in performing delicate procedures.
Right.
That's AI-powered robotics in action.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But with all this powerful technology, I can imagine there are some ethical concerns, right?
You're right. That's why the field of AI ethics is so important. AI ethicists work to ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly and fairly. They grapple with questions of bias, transparency, and accountability, helping to shape guidelines and regulations for the ethical development and deployment of AI systems.
So it's not just about building the technology, it's about making sure it's used for good.
Exactly. And that's where AI product management comes in. It bridges the gap between the technology and the people who use it.
Okay.
AI product managers work to ensure that AI products are not only technically sound, but also user-friendly, accessible, and meet the needs of the market.
So they're kind of like the translators between the tech world and the rest of us.
That's a great way to put it.
Cool.
They play a crucial role in shaping the user experience and making sure that AI products are adopted and used effectively.
This is all fascinating stuff. It sounds like there's a whole ecosystem of roles within AI, each with its own unique focus.
Absolutely. And that's just scratching the surface. There are so many different paths you can take within AI, from research and development to application and implementation.
So let's say someone is listening to this and thinking, okay, AI sounds cool, but what does it actually take to break into this field? What skills and education are essential?
Well, like many tech fields, a strong foundation in programming is a must.
Right.
Python is the go-to language for AI development.
Okay.
It has a vast ecosystem of libraries and frameworks specifically designed for AI tasks, like TensorFlow for machine learning and Spacey for natural language processing.
So Python is like the universal language of AI.
You could say that.
Cool.
And while you don't need to be a math whiz, having a solid understanding of certain mathematical concepts is crucial.
Like what?
Well, for example, linear algebra is essential for working with neural networks, the building blocks of many AI systems. And statistics are key for tasks like analyzing data and evaluating the performance of AI models.
That makes sense.
You need to be able to understand the math behind the magic, so to speak.
Right.
But don't be intimidated. There are tons of resources available online and offline to help you learn and practice these skills.
Okay, good to know.
Online platforms like Coursera and AX offer courses taught by leading universities and experts.
I've heard of those.
Yeah, and there are countless books and tutorials available that break down these complex concepts in a clear and accessible way.
So it's not like you need to go back to school and get a PhD in math to get started with AI.
Not at all. While a formal education can certainly be beneficial, it's not the only path.
Right.
Boot camps, for example, offer a more accelerated and hands-on approach to learning AI. They're typically shorter and more intensive than traditional degree programs and focus on equipping you with the practical skills you need to land a job in AI.
So they're more focused on like getting you job ready quickly.
Exactly.
And I've also heard that like self-learning is becoming increasingly popular in the AI world.
Absolutely. With the abundance of free online resources, it's easier than ever to learn AI on your own. Andrew Ng's machine learning course on Coursera is a great example.
Yeah.
It's a comprehensive and highly regarded course that has helped millions of people get started with AI.
It's amazing how accessible AI education has become.
It is.
So it seems like there's really a path for everyone, regardless of your background or learning style.
Definitely.
But education is just the foundation, right?
Right. Building a strong portfolio is crucial, especially if you're transitioning from another field.
Okay, so what does that look like?
Well, having concrete projects that you can showcase, like a machine learning model that predicts customer churn, or a chatbot that assists with customer service, things like that, will make you stand out from the crowd.
So it's about showing, not just telling what you can do.
Exactly. Employers want to see tangible evidence of your skills and experience, and a portfolio is the perfect way to do that. Platforms like GitHub and Kaggle offer great opportunities to collaborate on open source projects, participate in competitions, and build up your portfolio.
So it's about getting your hands dirty and actually building something.
Precisely.
Cool. And don't underestimate the power of networking, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Attending conferences, meetups, and online forums can help you connect with other AI professionals, learn about new trends and opportunities, and even land a job.
So it's not just about what you know, it's also about who you know.
Exactly. Building relationships in the AI community can open doors and provide valuable insights and support.
That makes sense. So we've covered the why of AI, the key disciplines, and the essential skills in education. Now let's dive into the what are some of the actual career paths someone could pursue in AI? Where could all this...
Let's do it. Welcome back to AI Now. So last time we talked about why AI is such a hot field right now and gave you an overview of some key disciplines. Now let's shift gears and talk about what you can actually do with these skills.
Yeah, let's get down to the actual jobs. What are some real-world job titles, and what kind of stuff would you actually be doing in those roles?
Great question. At the entry level, you might start as a data analyst.
Okay.
You'd be cleaning and organizing data, creating visualizations to help people understand trends, and basically using data to answer business questions.
So kind of like a detective for data.
I like that analogy. You'd be using tools like SQL to pull data from databases.
Okay.
And then maybe Tableau or Power BI to create those cool charts and dashboards.
So that's one path. What else is there at the entry level?
Another option is a junior machine learning engineer.
Okay.
In this role, you'd be more focused on building, training, and deploying machine learning models. You might be working with things like TensorFlow or PyTorch. Those are like the power tools of machine learning.
So if a data analyst is like a detective, is a machine learning engineer more like an architect, building those models from the ground up?
That's a great way to think about it. They're taking the insights uncovered by data analysis and turning them into intelligent systems.
All right, so that gives us a sense of where you might start out.
Right.
What about once you've got some experience under your belt? What are some mid-level AI roles?
One popular path is to become an NLP engineer. They work with all things language building chatbots, creating systems that can summarize huge documents, or even developing tools that can translate languages in real time.
So basically making computers understand us better.
Exactly, and helping us understand each other across different languages. It's pretty amazing work.
That is really cool.
What other mid-level roles are out there?
Yeah.
AI consultant is another great option.
Okay.
Companies are realizing that AI can solve all sorts of business problems, but they don't always have the in-house expertise to implement these solutions.
Right.
That's where AI consultants come in.
So kind of like AI superheroes swooping in to save the day.
I like the way you think. They're helping businesses streamline their operations, personalize customer experiences, even make better predictions about the future.
So those are some mid-level roles.
Right.
What about the big leagues? Like what are some senior-level positions in AI?
One of the most sought-after senior roles is AI research scientist.
Okay.
These are the folks pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. They're often working on cutting-edge research, publishing papers, and presenting at conferences.
So they're the pioneers, exploring the frontiers of AI.
Exactly. And many of them have PhDs and work at top universities or research labs.
Okay. What else is there at the senior level?
Well, once you've got a ton of experience, you might become a director of AI.
Okay.
They're responsible for leading teams of AI professionals, setting the strategic direction for AI initiatives at a company,
Right.
and basically making sure AI is being used effectively to achieve business goals.
So like the captain of the AI ship,
Yeah.
steering the course and making sure everyone's working together.
I love that analogy. They're the ones with the big picture vision and the leadership skills to make it a reality.
All right, so now we have a pretty good idea of the kinds of jobs out there.
Right.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room, salaries.
Okay.
What can someone realistically expect to earn in these different AI roles?
That's a great question. And it really depends on a number of factors: your experience, location, the specific company, and even your negotiation skills.
Okay, but give us some ballpark figures. What are we talking about here?
Sure. For entry-level roles like data analyst or junior machine learning engineer, you could expect to start somewhere between $80,000 and $120,000 per year. Mid-level roles like NLP engineer or AI consultant could bump that up to the, say, $130,000 to $200,000 range.
Okay.
And at the senior level, like AI research scientist or director of AI, you could be looking at salaries from $200,000 to well over $500,000.
Wow, so the earning potential is definitely there.
It is.
No wonder so many people are eager to break into AI.
Absolutely. But it's important to remember that salary is just one factor to consider when choosing a career path.
Right.
You should also think about your interests, your skills, and your long-term goals.
So money isn't everything, but it's definitely a nice perk.
For sure. But it's the passion for the work, the intellectual challenge, and the potential to make a real impact that truly drives most people in this field.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
So let's say someone is listening to this and thinking, okay, I'm sold. AI is for me. But how do I actually land a job in this, competitive field?
Well, first and foremost, you need to build a solid foundation in the core skills we've been talking about: programming, math, and a deep understanding of AI concepts.
So basically what we covered in the first part of this deep dive.
Exactly. Once you have those fundamentals down, it's time to start building your portfolio.
Okay.
This is where you can really showcase your skills and experience to potential employers.
So what kind of projects should you include in your portfolio?
It really depends on the specific roles you're interested in.
Yeah.
If you want to be a data analyst, you might include projects that demonstrate your ability to clean and analyze data,
Okay.
create insightful visualizations, and communicate your findings effectively.
Got it.
If you're aiming for a machine learning engineer role, you might showcase projects where you built and trained machine learning models to solve specific problems, like predicting customer churn or identifying fraudulent transactions.
So it's about tailoring your portfolio to match the jobs you're applying for.
Precisely. And don't be afraid to get creative and showcase your passion for AI.
All right.
You could build a chatbot, create a project that uses computer vision to recognize objects and images, or even develop a simple AI-powered game.
So basically, let your inner AI nerd shine.
Exactly.
Cool. And don't forget about networking.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Attending conferences, meetups, and online forums is a great way to connect with other AI professionals, learn about new opportunities, and even get your foot in the door.
So it's not just about what you know, it's also about who you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Building relationships in the AI community can open doors and provide valuable insights and support.
And don't underestimate the power of LinkedIn.
Right.
Make sure your profile is up to date,
Yes.
highlight your skills and experience, and connect with people in the field.
It's so important.
So polish up that LinkedIn profile and start networking.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered building a solid foundation,
Right.
creating a killer portfolio,
Yeah.
and the importance of networking.
Yeah.
But what about the interview itself? Any tips for, acing those AI job interviews?
Well, first and foremost, be prepared to talk about your projects in detail.
Sure.
Employers want to hear about your thought process, the challenges you faced, and how you overcame them. They're looking for evidence of your problem-solving skills and your ability to apply AI concepts to real-world scenarios.
So don't just list your projects on your resume. Be ready to tell the story behind them.
Exactly. And be prepared to answer technical questions. Depending on the role, you might be asked about specific algorithms, machine learning techniques, or even coding challenges.
So brush up on your technical chops.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to admit if you don't know something. It's better to be honest and show a willingness to learn than to try to bluff your way through it.
So honesty is the best policy, even in a technical interview.
Absolutely. And finally, be enthusiastic and passionate about AI.
All right.
Let your excitement for the field shine through. Employers are looking for people who are genuinely interested in AI and eager to learn and grow.
So show them your AI spark.
Exactly. And remember, every interview is a learning opportunity. Even if you don't get the job, you can gain valuable experience and insights that will help you in your next interview.
So don't get discouraged if you don't land your dream job right away.
Right.
Keep learning, keep networking, and keep refining your skills.
Exactly. The AI field is growing rapidly, and there are more opportunities than ever before. With hard work, dedication, and a passion for AI, you can definitely make your mark.
This has been an incredibly insightful dive into the world of AI careers.
I agree.
We've explored real-world job titles, discussed salary ranges, and shared practical tips for landing your dream job in this exciting field.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to address something that I know a lot of people struggle with,
Okay.
especially when entering a new and challenging field like AI.
You're talking about imposter syndrome, right?
Exactly. That feeling of self-doubt, that nagging voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you don't belong.
It's incredibly common, especially in a field like AI, where everyone seems to be super smart and accomplished.
Right.
But here's the thing. Everyone feels it at some point.
Really?
Even the most successful AI experts.
Seriously. Even the AI rock stars have moments of self-doubt.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's part of the human experience, especially when you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone and tackling new challenges.
So it's not just me.
Definitely not. And here's the key. Don't let imposter syndrome paralyze you. Recognize it for what it is, a pesky little voice that's trying to hold you back.
So how do you silence that voice?
Well, one way is to focus on your progress, not perfection.
Okay.
Celebrate your small wins, acknowledge how far you've come, and remember that learning is a journey, not a destination.
So don't beat yourself up if you don't understand everything right away.
Exactly. And surround yourself with a supportive community.
Hmm.
Connect with other AI enthusiasts, share your struggles and successes, and learn from each other.
Find your AI tribe.
Exactly.
Okay.
And remember, everyone starts somewhere. Every AI expert was once a beginner, just like you.
So don't be afraid to ask questions, make mistakes, and keep learning.
Exactly. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the wins, and never stop exploring the fascinating world of AI.
That's great advice. So for anyone out there who's battling imposter syndrome, remember, you're not alone. We all have moments of self-doubt.
Yeah.
The key is to not let it hold you back from pursuing your dreams.
Absolutely. And now let's shift gears and talk about some of the most exciting trends shaping the future of AI.
Sounds good. Let's dive in. Welcome back to AI Now. So we've talked about what it takes to get into AI, the different jobs, even like how to handle feeling like you don't belong, yet.
Right, a lot of ground covered.
Yeah.
But the AI world, it moves fast. So in this last part, let's peek into the future a bit.
Okay.
What's on the horizon for AI, and what does that mean for someone building a career in it?
Yeah, perfect. Because learning all this stuff is great, but if it's all outdated in a year, that's
Yeah.
not super helpful for our listeners, right? So what's coming down the pipeline?
Well, one thing we're seeing is like a blurring of the lines between the different AI disciplines. It used to be machine learning, computer vision, NLP. They were all pretty separate.
Right.
But now they're starting to blend together.
Oh, interesting. So like a multi-flavored AI smoothie.
Huh, I like that. Think about self-driving cars. They need computer vision to see the road, NLP to understand voice commands, and machine learning to make decisions based on all that data.
So instead of specializing in just one thing, you might need kind of a broader skill set in the future.
Exactly. And that means being adaptable, curious, and always learning.
Hmm.
Another big trend is the rise of what's called edge computing.
Okay, edge computing. That sounds kind of technical.
It is, but I can break it down.
Yeah, please.
So right now, a lot of AI processing happens in giant data centers.
Okay.
But with edge computing, that processing can happen right on your device, your phone, your car, even a tiny sensor.
Oh, wow. So it's like having a mini AI brain in all our gadgets.
Pretty much. This means faster processing, less reliance on internet connections, and a whole bunch of new applications for AI.
Okay, like what?
Think about medical devices that can make diagnoses in real time, or smart homes that adapt to your every need.
Wow, that's like getting into sci-fi territory.
Right.
Exciting stuff. Anything else we should be keeping an eye on?
Well, there's a growing emphasis on what's called explainable AI.
Okay, explainable AI. That sounds important, especially after all that stuff we talked about with AI ethics.
It is. Right now, a lot of AI systems are kind of like black boxes.
Right.
We know they work, but we don't always understand how they reach their conclusions.
And that's a problem, right? If AI is making decisions about loans or medical care or even who gets parole.
Huge problem. So Researchers are working on making AI more transparent
Okay.
and understandable. This means being able to explain the reasoning behind AI's decisions so
Right.
we can trust them more and use them responsibly.
So it's not enough for AI to just be smart. It needs to be able to, like, explain itself, too.
Exactly. And this is creating all sorts of new roles for people who can bridge the gap between, technical AI and the rest of the world.
Right. So those communication and, like, translation skills we talked about earlier, those are going to be even more important in the future.
Absolutely. And one last thing I want to mention, we can't forget about quantum computing.
Oh, yeah, quantum computing. That's the one that's supposed to change everything, right?
It has the potential. It's still early days, but quantum computers could revolutionize AI by solving problems that are simply impossible for traditional computers.
So is this like super advanced AI that only exists in the movies?
Not quite. While it might sound like science fiction, quantum computing is a real field of research with incredible potential for AI. It could lead to huge breakthroughs in drug discovery, materials science, and even, help us understand the universe better.
Wow. So maybe by the time we do episode 19 of this podcast, quantum AI will be all the rage.
It's definitely possible. The point is, the AI landscape is constantly evolving. So if you're thinking about a career in this field, be prepared to adapt, learn new things, and embrace the unknown.
It's not for the faint of heart, but it definitely sounds exciting.
It is.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive into the world of AI careers. We've explored real-world job titles, talked about salary ranges, shared practical tips for landing your dream job in this exciting field.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights.
Absolutely. And, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by it all, just remember, everyone starts somewhere.
They do.
Just take that first step, whether it's enrolling in a free online course, reading a book, or attending a local meetup.
And don't forget to check out the episode description for all the resources that we mentioned.
Right, including links to courses, books, podcasts, communities, and more.
We've also included some additional insights from Andrew Ng, a true pioneer in the field of AI, who has some great advice for aspiring AI professionals.
Yes, definitely check that out. And if you enjoyed this episode and found it valuable, we would greatly appreciate your support.
We would.
You can find a link to our Buy Me a Coffee page in the episode description.
Awesome.
Your contributions help us continue to create high-quality content and bring you the latest insights from the world of AI. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.
See you then.